continuing with Beauty Queen or Queen of Beauty, which is interesting this time somehow in parallel, going on in writing, if you will. I've tried and touched on the subject before a few times with the thought that maybe there's something to understand there, to moan about, to detach from. Maybe this is an interesting story, and some other things. Detach, yes, because I've learned reading some psychology books that writing about negative experiences sometimes help. So, so does the opposite prove to be correct? Writing about positive things will help. I mean, there's the gratitude exercise I mentioned here, the counting your blessings, writing about 3-5 things that happen during the day, every day, or there's another point of view, Sonia Lubomirski from the West Coast, saying that weekend, because if you do it daily, it becomes a routine and doesn't have the same effect. So anyway, coming back, yes, and writing about it, I was thinking alternative. What about the alternative history or present, as in The Man in the High Castle? I had a novel, I read a book on the blog a few days ago, Philip K. Dick. He writes about an universe in which the Nazis in Japan, Imperial Japan, will have won or had won the Second World War. Or we could think the alteration, Kingsley Ames. I've spoken a little about this. A great book from a wonderful writer, Kingsley Ames. In The Alteration, the Catholic Church rules the world. You didn't have the Reformation. Martin Luther King reconciles with the church and becomes a pope. That's funny in a way, but little else is. The Alteration, the title, you have the hero, main character, who is to be altered, castrated, so that they can benefit from his voice. His voice must not change with adolescence. He's just 10 years old. And then there's that, and a lot around this scenario. So what if the beauty queen decided to stay with me? There's some hesitation there on some levels. One would be that that's impossible, just as the Catholic Church ruling the world seems so preposterous. Nazis in Japan, when we know what really happened, but still. And I was thinking, so there's that she wouldn't really, she didn't decide that, and then it's also the impracticality, the possibility shown by the president. I mean, how could she? How could I claim such a victory, such a right divine, to be with the most resplendent creature of the land, as true as decided by a panel of quite a few few idiots. I don't know about the whole bunch, but two of them went to, she would tell me, and I'm telling you, I would go to her to say, look, we'll give you the crown. So, the crown there, thing involved. Tear, breathing. But you have to sleep with the two of us, and that's Dino, a former footballer, and a massive cunt. Well, which I shouldn't use that. There it is, as an insult. Disgusting, obnoxious fellow. And the other one was a commentator with the sports department of the national TV, which was the only thing back then, and then for some years after 1989, 1990, until, I'm not sure, 94, 5, when the first competitor came out. Now they're just almost irrelevant. They launched the cultural channel again, so maybe there's something there yet to be said. I mean, that on the cultural side they should act, because commercially there's so much to consume without value. Food for thought. But cultural programs, yes, that would be lovely. So she said no. She says, she said to me that she had said no. They still gave it the crown, so maybe it was just a try. Let's see if we get along with it. And so still, you have to be successful. You have to have some arguments. And I was thinking when I was writing this, I don't have much. And then there's a discussion which will continue maybe tomorrow on whether this is good enough or lamentable. On one reading, what's going on here with these fellas, with this, that, and the other, is pathetic. The spouse will insist on that, repeat that ad nauseam. But then some others, let's think Razvan Woodmead partner, he gives an idea of how crazy this man can be. Some 6 years ago or so, we met at the sauna. He saw some of those films. He said there's things to do to improve. Make it 5 minutes. There's some parameters that. Anyway, let's try and use my professional. He has a profession. He has. That's what he does. He's doing education online and makes a good pile on that, apparently. He has an electric car, which is so expensive. It's not a Tesla, it's a Renault Zoe. Still, good for him. So we went on to do some videos on positive psychology. Not very successful, really. I mean, my share of the whole process is $100, I think, over 2 years. He said that what happens to me seems not ideal. He didn't use this word. It seems so wonderful. I mean, I retired from work. I read. I go to the pool, at the sauna, free to do what I want, and enjoy some intellectual effort, minimal, but And what? I mean, what is to to dislike about that? I don't know. Let's try and see what mood there is. Merry Christmas! It's Christmas, but still, this will be postponed. But no, it's postponed today. We changed the tactic.